Hello, my dear Cancers. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your September 2021 horoscope. And this is a generalized reading for your Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, just to give you some pins on the map for what you have coming up. And I think this is really important, especially for Cancer who needs that emotional security. September's theme overall is going to be about relationships and what we actually want, what we need, how we show up. There's some make or break activity going on here. So if you've been worried about a particular relationship, you will have some clarity in the month of September. And then Mercury is retrograding for the whole month of October, more or less. So you'll have a chance to really revisit whatever decisions you make and conversations that need to be had. So if that can help you relax just a little bit, because I love Mercury retrogrades for being able to redo things. And I can tell you, some of you Cancers are worried right now that certain opportunities have been missed, or that maybe you messed something up. I'm telling you, you'll have a chance to fix it. You'll have a chance to see that the universe is very loving and it will bring that relationship back or that opportunity that you think you've missed, okay? So just relax. So I'll say all that. And we start the month with Mars opposing Neptune. Mars is in Virgo, Neptune is in Pisces. This is activating your 3rd and 9th house. This may very well offer you opportunities to maybe feel like you're a little bit, your mind is taking over and it wants to imagine what the world should look like, what your world should look like on a bigger view. You're looking at your goals. You're looking at, how can you be the better version of yourself? How can you expand and get your belief systems to have some sort of tangible, practical, down-to-earth anchoring? So you may be going into this imagination and you want to put into practical use and allow the imagination to produce results. You're most likely going to be very results oriented. Now, that can activate the control freak inside of you that says, okay, I really enjoy X, Y, and Z, and I can see myself, traveling here or learning about something and expanding my mind and all of these things so that I can actually share this with others and I can communicate with them and give them my opinion and they should take it. Aha. Yeah, right. Well, not everybody appreciates you. I get that. You may be a little forceful in your opinion and your beliefs about certain subject matters, and you may try and force or convert others to your way of thinking. And I'm going to offer that if you can use the healing energy, if you will, the compassionate nature of Pisces, and bring that into a practical, tangible format, then with Mars and Virgo in your 3rd house, you could produce something really tangible that you can share with others, that they can learn from, and that they appreciate and respect you for your intelligence, for the way in which you can take something so abstract and put it into a way that they understand it. And that brings them closer to you. So I'll point back to the relationship thing. If you're dealing with a relationship issue, you can't force your date or your partner to see things the way you do. But what you can do is you can ask a lot of questions. You can offer your opinion as a healing tool, and then they can feel safe, just like you like to feel safe. And suddenly they're sharing, they're opening up to you, and you're able to offer solutions. That Mars in Virgo likes to give solutions, and it likes to be very precise. So you can sit down and you can plan your future. That's another piece that this first week of September is going to be offering to you, because it's further emphasized with the Virgo new moon. So that's in your 3rd house. Again, you're going to be looking at new beginnings, ways of getting your life in order, your thought process in order, the way in which you communicate, your local community, your information. That's all 3rd house. So this new moon is going to be active there. And this is a time where you may be a little bit more communicative than usual. maybe you're blowing up somebody's phone, or you're inviting guests and friends over to, cookouts. I mean, it is Labor Day. I get that, for at least here in the US. And this can also give you a boost to your social circle, and maybe even social media. You may be looking at this time, it's a new moon. It's not really an action time as much as it's a chance to just be, but you may be sharing more of yourself and your views and your opinions, right? And you want people to notice you, but they will naturally notice you, especially if you're able to continue to bring in something tangible that's useful. There's also an indication here at this new moon. You may end up signing a contract or getting some news that says, hey, here you need to start looking at negotiating, or we need to agree to something. And I bring this up simply because this new moon is trining Uranus in Taurus. And this is a natural sextile to your sun, moon, or rising sign. And with Uranus involved, anything goes. So this could be a breath of fresh air. Maybe you were looking for a raise, or you were looking for a job promotion, or you were looking for, maybe there was some papers that needed to be signed between you and your partner, or maybe there's an ex that you just haven't let go of, and it's time that now you finally make an agreement. Whatever it might be, this is going to be a bit unpredictable. And with the trine, it should be harmonious. It should be easy. And also I'm going to point to Mercury is in Libra now, and it is in shadow. It goes into its shadow phase on the 6th, on this new moon. So that also indicates that even if it doesn't happen on the 6th, that during the next few weeks, there's going to be some revisiting, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But with Mercury and Libra, we're thinking about relationships and romance and contracts and partnerships. And so there's no doubt in my mind that there's something from your past that is coming back that needs to be looked at. The other indication that I would say emphasizes relationships for you, especially love affairs, children, pleasure, creativity, is because Venus will move into Scorpio on September 10th in your 5th house. And 5th house is all about pleasure. It's all about creativity and sex and love affairs. And this is the dating house. Now, if you're in a bonded relationship, it has a lot more to do with how you two flirt with each other, how you keep things, sort of that fire kindling in the relationship. So with Venus into Scorpio, we want deep emotional bonds. She's going to attract to you opportunities that you get to express your emotions, or you get to spend time with somebody that allows you to have this creative, wonderful opportunity, love affair, whatever it might be, playfulness. And you get to do it in a way that is sexy, that is deep, that may even have a darker tone to it, or taboo even. And some of you who are bonded or like, yeah, my relationship's a little boring right now, Venus and Scorpio here can activate maybe a little bit of play in the bedroom. And this also makes you, Cancer, very sexy for the month of September into October as Venus transits through Scorpio in that 5th house. Perfect for bringing through more creativity, something new and imaginative. And also, this is about how you may express or attract the things that make you feel sexy and that make you feel as though you can easily bring in the more fun and more pleasure in your life. It's also a great time, I would say, do something, off color for a little bit, that maybe you're not normally somebody who plays a lottery or buys a scratch off ticket. Go do it. It's, this, 5th house with Venus has a wonderful way of attracting to you money as well, especially if you're getting paid to play. That's a good theme with Venus in Scorpio in your 5th house. Mars will leave your 3rd house and enter into your 4th house shortly after Venus moves into your 5th, activating your 4th house, which is all about home and roots and family and, really, where do you call home, as well as ancestry. And you may be really driven by relationships at home. Who do I allow in my home? What's the relationship that I have with myself here? I need to feel really connected to it. You may also find that certain irritations can turn into wars, or courage to face certain subject matters that you weren't ready to face when it comes to your home, or when it comes to your family members, maybe elderly parents, or maybe there's some ancestral stuff that you've been ignoring that comes in now. And you may be driven to really get to the heart of it, maybe to even beautify your home and do it in a way that brings more balance. Because with Libra, Libra likes balance, it likes fairness. There's also an indication here that some of you may have to go to battle about a home issue. So if you are dealing, you may get a notice that, let's say you belong to an association that says, hey, you can't paint your door that color. And you may have to go and defend yourself and your home in front of the association. Or maybe there's a legal matter here that you have to defend your home about. But the good news is that with Mars in Libra, Mercury is going to be in this fourth house this entire time. You can take your time, do some negotiating. Remember, not everything is as it appears to be when Mercury is retrograde. I'll keep talking about kind of weaving the Mercury retrograde in, but I do want to point to the full moon in Pisces on September 20th. This is in your ninth house. The full moon happening in this area of your life, it can actually help you redirect your goals and your ambitions for your future. I have a feeling the month of at least the first half of September, you're going to have some time where you retreat just a little bit to kind of think about, what do I really want in my life? Where do I really want to go forward? Some of you have been stuck. You've just felt really stuck with, this is my lot in life. I'm very comfortable here. This full moon could push you out of your comfort zone and illuminate everything you couldn't see before that you might have been feeling uncertain about in whatever direction you're trying to go or whatever direction life took you. And so you're wondering, is this really going to pay off? Can I take a little risk? Cancer, you're not one that takes a lot of risk. And this is an opportunity for you to really get into the groove of maybe even taking on a new habit, especially with the sun in Virgo still. Take on a new habit of doing one thing that pushes you out of your comfort zone. That's how we grow. And just remember, it's a grand experiment. You just never know what's going to happen. And let it be fun. Don't take it too seriously. Also, during this full moon, you get a small glimpse of what your future could look like, who you align with. And this is in this ninth house, you're looking at it from the longer view. You're expanding your mind. You're expanding your opportunities. And you're allowing yourself maybe to learn that the belief you held about yourself, about relationship, about life in general, about home, whatever it might be, some of these long held on beliefs that you can get easily attached to because you think it gives you security, you may start to let go of a little bit. I would sense, Cancer, that it's because there is somebody important in your life that triggers this, that's a catalyst for you, that you start to really look at, you know what, I'm pretty good on my own, but I'm so much better when I have a great partner in crime. And I want somebody who's highly intelligent. I want somebody who is willing to help me feel secure, who wants to create a future with me. I feel as though September, October can be very collaborative for you. And I also feel as though this full moon leads us into when the sun enters Libra on the 22nd, which it also activates your fourth house even more, that more relationships stuff shows up, looking for that fairness, that balance, that harmony, and it's going to bring on a bit of a make or break kind of feeling. There's a particular situation, this may not resonate with all of you Cancers, but there's a particular situation for many of you that you have been wrestling around with for quite some time, that you are finally going, I have to speak truth about what I need to feel really rooted. Remember, fourth house is the roots of the tree. And it may be that you have to sit down with a family member and you have to just say, look, these are the new boundaries. These are the things that have to happen in order for us to be able to live together. Or these are the things that have to happen in order for us to separate, in order for us to part ways. I do get, again, this make or break kind of situation. And I will say that this is also for some of you Cancers who have other planets in different setups, it may be very difficult for you to hold your tongue. And in doing so, you may create a situation that you just can't come back from. And so that's why I say, I feel like the clarity, even though Mercury will be in shadow and then retrograde on the 27th through October 23rd, you're going to have some clarity. Even though we always say Mercury retrograde creates fogginess and it plays the trickster when it's retrograde, which is true. At the same time, the clarity comes because you have evaluated, what do I really want? What do I really need when it comes to my home to feel really safe within? You may find yourself going, I don't need anybody or anything. I'm going to clear everything out and reset things. That's what I mean by this make or break. Some of you with this Mercury retrograde, and I will talk more about it on my weekly videos as well as we lead up to it, and then we're in the middle of it, is that you're going to be learning more about your past, maybe some family history. You might do the ancestry.com or 23andMe. You may suddenly decide you want to, do the DNA swab test or whatever to find out where you come from, to give you more information. And I would also say some of you Cancers have some family dynamics that just need to be cleaned up. And that's what I feel this Mercury retrograde will offer. Your home is where your mind can rest. So if you've been worried about something around the home, maybe you've been in a situation that has lingered way too long, this is an opportunity to clean it up and let your mind finally settle. Do be careful about the stories that you tell yourself, especially when you're going back to the past. It's easy and natural for you, Cancer, to go back to the past. You're ruled by the moon, and it's so easy for you to just keep dragging that same story over and over and over again and communicating it to anybody and everybody. Well, it's okay if you're able to get on the same page, take some action, do some things that are different. But if you keep regurgitating the same story over and over again, eventually people are going to just get tired of listening to you and go, yeah, they're all talk, they're no action. You may find yourself really contemplating during the Mercury retrograde about how you can deepen the roots of your life. And so that may lead you to learning about something new, or it may lead you to bonding with somebody that you wouldn't normally bond with. It may be that you have to help an elderly parent, or that maybe you learn something about a home improvement matter, or beautifying the home, anything to do with that home, family, and past. This can be a very healing time. It can be a time of clarification, and it can be a time of connection, but you're going to have to walk through it. And I will say that with Mars, the Sun, Mercury, all in this fourth house in Libra, there's a tendency to avoid certain issues. That's the shadow of Libra. It doesn't like conflict, so it avoids it, or it avoids situations like that. And I feel, Cancer, the universe is going to provide opportunities that you can't run from. So if you're worried, if you are in that place of like, oh God, Jamie just said I'm not going to be able to get out of this situation, contact myself, contact somebody else, learn, get a book, have a practice, whatever, about communication, nonviolent communication, negotiating, how styles of communication, anything like that will be beneficial for you. And with that third and ninth house being active at the beginning of the month, it's a great time to scoop up that kind of learning. I have a feeling you'll enjoy it, actually. And then you get to maybe meet a new friend, or you have a friend that you already connect with, or your partner, and you can practice with, All right, Cancer, I really hope that this helps. I didn't speak to the single Cancers finding somebody this month. I actually feel as though you have some past stuff. There's somebody you may have connected with, or that you dated, that you thought maybe it's just not going to work. I'm not sure. The jury's out. Maybe they pulled away. I see them coming back, and there's going to be further connection, further cleanup. Meeting somebody new right now, especially with Mercury in shadow and then going retrograde, not always the best time to do it. But if you did meet somebody during this time, take your time. As I say, not everything is as it appears to be. All right, Cancer, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Find me at jamiedon.com. I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great month.